Hello everybody and welcome to another video here. My name's Mars Iris and welcome to my channel. I'm an intuitive guide, a healer, and a creatrix. And today I have a 3-pile pick a card, and today's topic is a message from the Fae. So if you're into fairies and whimsical type energy and creatures and things like that, then this reading is definitely for you. So we have 3 piles to start with today. Pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. And I've just added some glitter on my tablecloth today because I was feeling a very whimsical type of high energy feeling, and I just felt like it was a perfect opportunity to channel the Fae and see what messages they have for you guys. So whenever you're ready, you can pick one of these 3 piles, whichever one you're drawn to. It's perfectly okay if you're attracted to more than one. That just means that there's multiple messages for you here. So take your time, and whenever you're ready, go ahead and forward to the timestamps down below in the description. All right, pile 1, welcome to the reading. Today's topic is going to be a message from the Fae. So yes, we're going to channel some messages from some fairies today, and I only call upon fairies of love and light, so you don't have to worry about any mischievous energy. But who knows, some may come through anyways. Me personally, I've always had a relationship with the Fae ever since I was a child. At that time, I just didn't know what it was, but as I've learned and done research and grown, I found out it was fairies. And if you don't believe in that, that's totally fine. You can believe in whatever you want. But here today, we have a message from the Fae. So pile 1, let's go. All right, Fae, what do you want to let pile 1 know? What message do you have for pile 1? I'm also going to be taking some cards from my Rebel deck as well, because I feel like that energy is very much aligned with the Fae, and at least the Fae that I communicate with. So we already have some cards here. Interesting. Okay. Ooh, and I'm also going to be using my pendulum. So if you have a question that's been on your mind, something you want answered, like a yes or no question, stay tuned to the very end of this video and I'll be able to answer that for you. So just give me a moment here to interpret these cards. All right, so pile 1. I'm seeing here that you've been working towards some goal and you've been putting in a lot of work towards that goal. I'm seeing all elements present here. So I'm seeing pentacles, I'm seeing fire, I'm seeing water, and I'm seeing earth. Well, that could also be pentacles, but you know what I mean. Like here we have like some fruits and leaves, and here we have pentacles, coins. And to me that kind of talks about like all the different elements coming together. Sorry, my cat is walking by here, so if you saw her tail, that is my cat named Opie. Cats could be significant to you as well, especially black cats. My cat does like to come around when I am channeling the Fae, so that could be significant to you. But I do see here that you have been working hard towards a goal. Okay, this could be something creative, something musical. Could be working on a song, writing a book. There's something here about fantasy as well. You could be writing a fantasy book, a children's book. But I see there's been a lot of like you've had to channel a lot of inner strength in order to get this going. But it's like this energy of this is something that you really want out of life. Whatever you're working on has been like, I'm hearing passion project or childhood dream as well. It's something that you've always daydreamed about, and you're finally putting in that energy to get it done. Okay, this is going to be a new chapter of your life here, and you're going to reap a lot of rewards from this. It's like you're finally going to be in a place where you're content with yourself, and you're feeling like there's this energy of like stepping into an authentic type of energy. And that's been a big theme this week that I've been seeing for the collective, stepping into your divine purpose and living the life you've always wanted to live. So like reawakening childhood dreams. And I feel like a lot of you are creative. You're creative, you're very sensitive, not in a bad way, then there's nothing wrong with being sensitive anyways. But when people hear that word sensitive, they usually attribute it to being like a crybaby or a complainer or something like that. But no, when I say sensitive, I mean like you're an empath, okay? You pick up on people's emotions and energy easily. And that could be why the creative field is so attractive to you, because you can use your emotions and energy in a way to create art and make something beautiful. But this is a new chapter that you're stepping into for sure. And it may feel like, you know, it's going to feel brand new. It's going to feel unfamiliar. There are going to be a lot of times when you're like, okay, well, I've never been here before, so I don't really know what step to take next. And that's fine, because it's a new chapter. You know, you've never been here before. This is, for a lot of you, this is the first time you've ever trusted yourself and your intuition to lead you in this path. But the Fae is acknowledging your hard work here, okay? They see how much time and effort you've put into it. They see how much inner strength you've had to call upon, okay? And I'm seeing some animals here, so you may have a spirit animal. I believe this is a cheetah, right? A cheetah, and I'm also seeing lions here. I think this is, oh my god, don't come for me about this. I think this is like a wombat or something, like some smaller creature. I don't know if you guys know what animal that is there. Butterflies could also be significant to you as well. I'm just sensing a lot of spirit animal energy. So this is a very beautiful reading. I'm seeing like the wings too, and to me that signifies freedom, creative expression. So I feel like a lot of you are tapping into that creative energy that you may have pushed away for so long because people have told you that, oh, it's a waste of time, or you shouldn't indulge in this project because it's not practical, or it's not going to bring you long-term success. But no, I think you should 100% be following your heart and whatever it is that you're passionate about, because that's where your true path lies, you know? That's your soul's calling. Your soul's calling is whatever, it has to do with whatever it is that you're passionate about. If you have a job that you absolutely hate going to, but you go to it anyways just because you need to pay the bills, that's not like your soul's calling. You're just doing that to survive, you know? So yes, now I'm gonna pull some cards from the Rebel deck here. I just want to give a little warning if you're not comfortable with quote bad language like cuss words, things like that. If you're not comfortable with harsh truths, I would also just maybe fast forward a couple seconds here, because this Rebel deck is very honest and upfront, and this deck does not sugarcoat anything. You also don't have to claim every message that you see here. You know, sometimes with readings, it'll be bits and pieces that make sense rather than the whole picture, and that's okay. So yes, we're going to shuffle with the Rebel deck here. We're going to see what the Fae wants to say to pile one. Fae, what do you need to say to pile one? Ooh, we got a flyer. Okay, so first card says, don't effing force it. And the back says, allow that blank to come to you. So yes, it's like, I feel like that really ties in to the overall energy, because it's like, don't like overwork yourself, okay? I was gonna say earlier too, this card, like it gives the energy of like, yeah, you can push hard and channel that inner strength and keep putting in that hard work, but also, you know, remember to take a nap, okay? Remember to give yourself a break when you need it. When you feel like you need to take a rest, take a rest. It's okay, because that's going to allow you to recharge, and that's going to allow you to realign yourself with your goals and really see the picture in a clearer way. Because when you burn yourself out and you keep going and going and going, it may make things a little harder. It may be easier for you to like give up and be like, I'm too tired to do this. I'm going to go back to my old ways because that's what I know and that's what's easier. So give yourself a break whenever you need it. Okay, we're going to pull two more cards here from the Rebel deck. Ooh, we got some flyers for you guys today. All right, so it says, get over yourself. Pull your blank together. The back says, help people, give back, do good blank for humanity. think that's pretty self-explanatory there. All right, one more card here from the Rebel deck. One more card here from the Rebel deck. Okay. It says, be effing grateful. Stuff could be so much worse. That's very true. I feel like there's an energy of needing to be grateful here for having this opportunity to pursue this passion project. There's a need to be grateful for where you are in your life, because a lot of people don't have the opportunity to pursue these passion projects. A lot of people need to, you know, work those 9-to-5 jobs, and they don't get a break in between to even tap into these hobbies and stuff. So there may be there's like an energy of like a bit of an ego here. Ego isn't always bad, but it's like you may be thinking things are a lot more worse than they really are. And the Fae wants you to just be grateful for this opportunity. Be grateful that you have time to tap into these hobbies. Be grateful that you have the opportunities and the tools to do this, okay, to make those dreams come true. I really feel like for a lot of you, this is a childhood dream that you've always wanted to accomplish, and now you have the time and the resources and the tools and the connections to do this. Yeah, things may get hard, but you know, that's the ebb and flow of life here. This is a new chapter, okay? Sometimes things are going to seem unfamiliar and overwhelming and confusing because you've never been here before. So yes, it's like, keep going, all right? Because you have the right idea here. You're on the right path when it comes to accomplishing this goal here, this creative goal. For some of you, it may not be creative at all. It could be as simple as like, you know, maybe saving money to get your dream house. It's something regarding a dream that you've always had. Okay, but don't overwork yourself. Don't burn yourself out. Like doing this, like I'm seeing like a train, a vision of like a train just going like full force, full speed, and not stopping at all. Okay, you do need to give yourself some time to like take a break, because what's meant to be will be. There's nothing that can stop what's meant to be, okay? Doesn't matter if you take an alternate course, a detour, if you take a break for a little bit. If it's meant to be, it will be, okay? In divine timing. So just believe that there. And now we're going to move on to the pendulum. So if there's a question that you've been wondering about, or something like that you just can't get off your mind, that you want answered, preferably a yes or no question, and you can personally format that into a yes or no question if you want. So give yourself a moment or two here. I'm going to get the pendulum ready, and I will answer that question for you. All right. So hold that question in your mind here. And we're going to ask the pendulum. Pendulum, can you please answer pile 1's question? Please give us a yes, no, or a maybe regarding pile 1's question that they're asking. Okay, so I'm not sure if you guys can see here on the camera, but it is saying no to whatever question that you are asking. The pendulum is saying no. All right, so the answer to your question is a no. And just remember, that answer is not definite. You have the power to change your destiny and your path. This is just the energy that the pendulum is picking up right in this moment. So there could be an obstacle that you need to overcome. There could just be something that you need to realize, something that you need to work through in order to get that desired outcome, okay? You have the power to control your destiny and your path. All right, so if that resonated with you, pile 1, just make sure to hit that like button and leave me a comment and let me know. Also, if you're feeling inclined to, definitely subscribe. I post every couple of days or whenever I'm really feeling called to. So thank you so much for hanging out with me, pile 1, and I'll see you next time. All right, hello pile 2, and welcome to this reading. Today's topic is going to be a message from the Fae. I'm also going to be pulling some cards from my Rebel deck because I feel like that energy really aligns with the Fae today. And I'm also going to be answering a yes, no, or maybe question with my pendulum here at the end. So if you do have a burning question on your mind, stay tuned till the end of this reading. So let's get to it. All right, Fae, what message do you have for pile 2? Those who chose pile 2, Fae, what do you want them to know? Let's see, what do you want pile 2 to know, Fae? What do you want pile 2 to know? Okay. Whoa. Alright, we had some flyers. Gonna add those back in the pile. If they're meant to come out again, they will definitely come out. So let's see. Message for pile 2. If you're not into the shuffling, I would definitely suggest fast forwarding about 20 seconds. Okay, pile 2. Let's see, what message do you have from the Fae? Fairies of love and light, please come through for pile 2. Wow, lots of blue here. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, let's see here. All right, so give me one moment to interpret these cards. All right, pile 2. So what I am seeing here for a lot of you is a lot of you are sorting through some type of mental and or emotional hardship. That's what I'm hearing. Mental or emotional hardship. There's a lot of blue present here, which could represent the throat chakra. So you could be wanting to communicate something, okay? Wanting to sort through something internally in order to communicate it. It's also a lot of water. So a lot of you could be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. All right. So the Seven of Swords, to me in this case, talks about, it's like I'm hearing the term like sorting through. I keep hearing that. It's like you're sorting through something. It's like you're doing what you need to do to figure out, to like sort through any mental blockages here. And I feel like a lot of you are using unconventional ways to sort through those mental blockages, if that makes sense to any of you. I feel like a lot of you are spending time alone right now. Like this is a period of solitude. But something happened recently that triggered this. It's like maybe one day you were just like, I want to change. Like an urge of wanting to change your life, okay? Because you realize a lot of your mental, like your mental process has been holding you back. The way you see things, the way you perceive life, the way you communicate with others. There's something about it that hasn't been sitting right with you. So it's like you're turning inward in order to heal all of that, okay? And I don't mean conventional ways of like therapy or journaling. I don't feel like a lot of you are doing that. I feel like you're doing it in your own way. You're healing in your own way. But there's a strong note of healing here. Processing emotions, okay? Processing thoughts. A lot of you are spending time thinking about the past or what's gone on in your life to lead you to this point. A lot of you may have had some type of awakening or reality check, I'm hearing also. But it's like, you're like, oh, now I gotta go through every single situation that's happened in my life that could possibly be the reason why I am this way. Okay, and this reading isn't going to resonate with everybody, I'm hearing. So if it's not resonating so far, I would suggest picking another pile. But this reading here is for somebody who's processing something emotional, something in their like mental as well. Healing. You may be like healing yourself with water too, spending a lot of time by water. A lot of you may have a spirit animal of a dolphin or be connected to dolphins in a way, but here it's like emotional release. Okay, you're working to get towards a point where you can just where these emotions and thoughts aren't going to weigh you down anymore, where you can be free and feel like the burden is off of your shoulders, whatever that may be, whatever you're working through, whatever's bothering you. Okay, I feel like you're working to release that because it's been heavy for so long. And I feel like a lot of you are going to reach that here. And this period of solitude is necessary. You need to be in this isolation period. Okay, you need to rest. You need to be alone with your thoughts in order to process them, because I feel like a lot of you have dealt with distractions constantly. I'm hearing substance abuse for some of you too. But usually the Four of Wands represents like a celebration or a coming home to self. Something along those lines, like celebrating, like returning to your true self. But here, this fairy here is taking a rest. And I feel like it's like that an energy of resting before coming home to yourself. And while she's resting, I feel like that's where all this mental sorting is going on. So you may be taking a lot of naps, or you may just be, again, isolating yourself, because you're like, yeah, I'm tired of living the life that I've always lived. I'm tired of these interactions I have with people. I'm tired of being the way I am. So I'm going to sort through this here. I'm going to take a look at all the swords that I've collected so far, because swords represent mental energy. So it's like I'm going to collect all these swords and I'm going to keep on moving forward, because I'm almost to the end. I'm almost to the point where I'm going to realize why this is all happening. And some of you may be experiencing repressed memories, things coming back, flashbacks, okay? But this all has to do with your healing. And it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to be a process here. You can't just heal yourself like overnight, or even in like a couple months. Sometimes it takes longer than that, but everybody's different. So there's really no timeline for how long it's going to take you to heal. Only you know that. It depends how much work you're willing to pour into yourself. But there's a need to like release it. There's a need to release the heavy burdens, because you want to be happy and free. And you want to like I feel like a lot of you have lost a part of yourself growing up. I feel like a lot of you look back to your childhood and you may miss a part of yourself. Like you may always tell yourself like, oh, I wish I was the way I was when I was younger. Or like I was a lot happier and like joyful and carefree when I was younger, and now I'm like burdened by all of this stuff. I feel like I can't be myself or express my opinions. There's an issue with the throat chakra here. So if you're interested, I definitely recommend like looking up throat chakra meditations, guided throat chakra meditations, or just listening to meditation music revolving throat chakra. Carrying blue crystals will help you as well, because there's a need to communicate something here. I'm not sure if it's with another person, or maybe you just need to bring clarity to something within yourself. So the color blue, wearing the color blue, getting a blue crystal, like here, I have lapis lazuli, which is it helps with communication. It's for the throat chakra. I got this at my local astrology shop. It's a beautiful crystal, and it really helps me like sort through my thoughts, and it helps me communicate clearly. But yes, a lot of you are working through mental and emotional, I just heard the word anguish. So a lot of you could be resolving like past hurts, something that really hurt you in the past here, okay? That's not for everybody. But a lot of you are working through mental and emotional issues here, and you're looking to be free of that. You want emotional freedom. You want to be happy again, okay? And you're doing the right thing by spending time with yourself and reflecting, doing like self-reflection, because that's going to lead you to self-awareness, and you will no longer feel trapped by these feelings and emotions and these thoughts, okay? I feel like a lot of you have intrusive thoughts. Some of you may have OCD, okay? So let's pull some messages from the Rebel deck here. Let's see what the Fae wants you to know. For pile 2, Fae, what do you want pile 2 to know? Oh, there's one. Okay. So it says that project, that person, that idea is waiting. Get after that shit. The world has your back. All right, let's see. What else do you have to say to pile 2, fairies? It says, stuff is about to get real. You need your people around you. Okay, one more card, please. You know, I'm loving how these colors usually, these colors like align with the original reading. That's what happened in pile 1 too. Okay. So yes, this is also like, I was going to say these cards are blue, but I feel like that's more of an indigo. And indigo has to do with the crown chakra. Okay. So you have whatever you were thinking about, don't do it. Now is not the time. And one more card. Some good stuff is about to happen. Don't let your issues F it up. Yes. So looking more into those cards here, I mean, they're pretty self-explanatory, but I feel like it's like an energy of like, don't be too impulsive right now, or don't feel like you have to rush yourself in this process of healing, because no matter what path you go or how you decide to do this, you're destined for greatness here. You're destined for a celebration or coming home to yourself. Okay, some good stuff is about to happen. And you may have a project or somebody in mind waiting for you to overcome this. Don't allow that to rush you out of this process, okay? That will always be there. If it's meant to be, it will be. Nothing can screw up what is meant for you. Okay, it's all in divine timing. And when this card here talks about, to me, it's talking about like, you know, you're finally going through this process of healing. Stuff is about to get real because you're taking yourself seriously. You're doing that inner work. You're self-reflecting. Of course it's about to get real. Of course things are about to change. Okay, you're going to see a new side of yourself. You're going to see, I feel like a lot of you are going to see the world differently after you really process a majority of this stuff. Stuff is about to get real. Some good stuff is about to happen because you're finally doing the healing. The Fae is acknowledging you finally working on this. Okay, this may be a long time coming. And I feel like a lot of you are feeling impulsive in a way. And if you're thinking of being impulsive or self-sabotaging in some way, don't do it. Okay? Of course, you can do whatever you want. You have free will in this world. But just know that the universe has a funny way of teaching you the lessons that you need to learn, even if you think you're avoiding it. Okay? So some of you may have self-sabotaging tendencies. Some of you may result to like drinking, smoking, just like distracting yourself from what it is that you need to do. Because it's like you want to avoid the healing, or there may have been an energy in the past. So whatever you're thinking about doing, don't do it. Now's not the time. Okay? So now we're going to move on to the pendulum here. So if you have a yes or no question that can be answered, something you've been thinking about, something that you've really been wanting to get to the bottom of, we're going to ask the pendulum. And of course, you can reformat your question to fit a yes or no type of vibe. So give yourself a moment or two here. Really focus on the question that you want answered. Go ahead and pause the video if you need to. And we're going to go ahead and ask the pendulum. So pendulum, can you please answer pile 2's question? Pile 2 has a question for you, pendulum. Can you please answer that with a yes, no, or maybe? Pendulum, can you please answer the question for us for pile 2? Pile 2. Okay. So all right. So at first we got a bit of a maybe, but it ultimately ended up in a yes. So to me, it's like, yeah, in this pile, overall, I did sense some like hesitation about something. There is some hesitation here, but that could be because you have all this going on here. You have all this healing going on. So of course things may not be too clear, but overall you did get a yes to your question. And I feel like, because the pendulum did take a while to answer that, so it could be that you may not see the result of your question. Whatever it is that you asked, you may not see it immediately, or it may take a while to see the result of this in real time, you know? Because it did say maybe first, but then it ended up in a yes. So either way, you know, if that resonates with you, that's awesome. But yes, I also just want to say, you know, I wish you luck in your healing journey. I've definitely been in a similar situation before, and I know how exhausting and overwhelming it can be and frustrating. Just keep doing what's best for you, okay? Listen to your intuition, listen to your body. Don't overwork yourself. Don't try not to self-sabotage, okay? Because just remember, the Fae, there's a reason why you were called to this reading. Some of you may not believe it, but you could have the energy of the Fae around you, okay? I would suggest looking into that if you're interested, doing some research. There's a lot of amazing videos here on YouTube regarding fairies and whimsical things of that nature here. And I feel like, yeah, a lot of you do attract that type of energy, those type of elemental beings, okay? And they brought you to this reading today because they had something to tell you. And I really do hope it resonated, okay? I wish you well on your journey. If it did resonate, just make sure to let me know in the comment below. Give a like to this video, and if you're feeling called to, go ahead and subscribe. But thank you so much for hanging out with me, Pile 2, and I'll see you later. Hello, Pile 3, and welcome to your reading. Today's topic is going to be a message from the Fae. Okay, and I'm also going to be pulling some cards from my Rebel deck here because I feel like it really aligns with the energy of the Fae today. I'm also going to be answering a question that you may have, a yes or no question with my pendulum. So if you're interested, stay tuned to the very end of this reading here. But yes, let's get into it, Pile 3. We're going to pull some cards here from my fairy deck. Let's see, Fae, what messages do you have for Pile 3 today? What messages do you have for Pile 3? Wow, got some flyers. Okay. Okay. Let's see, one more card here for Pile 3, Fae. One more card here for Pile 3. What do you have to say for Pile 3, Fae? What do you want them to know? There we go. Okay. All right. So just give me one moment here to interpret these cards. Okay, Pile 3. So what I'm seeing here is that for some of you, you could be going through some type of heartbreak or loss or grieving process. Right now, you could be looking back at the past, situations and people that have hurt you. Okay, not all of you may be in that energy, but for some of you, you're in that energy of where you're looking into the past a lot. A lot of you could be coming out of this healing process here, this heartbreak. It's like, yeah, it's like, I'm definitely picking up on a heartbreak, grief, sadness, loss energy. For a very few of you, you may have lost a child, or may have lost somebody very, very significant to you, okay? And you're still in that grieving process. And I'm here, the Sun card here keeps pulling my attention, because look at the way that the Sun is looking directly at this fairy here that's going through the grieving process. I feel like this, whoever it is that you call out to, like a deity or anything like that, even if you work with the Fae yourself, they're always watching over you, okay? And I feel like this also to me talks about a light at the end of the tunnel. Sunflowers represent like happiness, positivity, change. And I feel like, because this fairy here, she's like, it's winter time. It's very cold. Wintertime represents like stillness. And I feel like that's how you're feeling right now. Very cold, alone. You know, I'm hearing the word in despair, or the phrase in despair. But there's like spirit guides and angels, the Fae even, watching over you, okay? They see exactly what's going on. And I feel like for you, a lot of you, it was a serious situation. It was a very tough situation, because we have the Tower here, which talks about sudden, unexpected events. So this could be something that happened out of nowhere. You did not expect this to happen at all. Whoever it is that you lost, or whatever it is that you went through that really broke your heart and made you, put you into this really sad type of vibe here. It was unexpected. You thought you had a solid foundation. You really thought you had something going here, and just all of a sudden it just ended. It wasn't that. It wasn't what you thought it was. It wasn't as, the foundation wasn't as stable as you thought it was. The Hierophant to me talks about like a spiritual journey, a spiritual path. And I'm really feeling the energy of a spirit guide here for you. A spirit guide that watches over you and is seeing exactly what is going on here. Okay? And I feel like this is going to be a big part of your spiritual journey. A lot of you could be experiencing some type of spiritual awakening right now. And this event here was what triggered it. You're being guided, okay? I feel like a lot of you feel like you're alone right now. Nobody cares. Like you're feeling like you're alone, and that I'm feeling somebody saying, or hearing someone say like, stuff like this always happens to me. This is just the way my life is. You know, someone that's just feeling really down. Okay, and I'm not trying to talk you out of like feeling down. Trust me, I recommend you feeling every emotion that you need to feel in order to process this, because that's how you're going to get out of it. I do not believe in like bypassing emotions. Because when you bypass emotions, you're just putting a band-aid over it. You're ignoring it. It's going to come back later for you to deal with. Okay, especially if it's part of your spiritual awakening. I've been in a very similar energy in the past. You know, so I know from experience that bypassing does not work. You need to deal with what you need to deal with and feel everything, no matter how bad it hurts, so that you can grow and evolve. Because there is a lesson in everything. But you're being highly watched over, okay? And your spirit guides, I feel like, I know this is a reading regarding the Fae, a message from the Fae, but I feel like in a way for you, Pile 3, they work together. I feel like you have a large group of deities, entities, elementals that work together to guide you on your path, to give you signs. For some of you, sunflowers may be a sign. Okay, mushrooms could be a sign. Just flowers in general. Keys could be significant to you as well. And I feel like here, the keys are talking about unlocking like a new perspective, unlocking a new path. And that's why I feel like this has to do with going through a spiritual awakening. Because a lot of the times, heartbreak, grief, and loss is a thing that catapults us into a spiritual awakening, into realizing our like true self, realizing I want to say what we're here for. And I know it really sucks to have to go through these emotions. And I know a lot of you may be saying like, you know, you don't understand. Trust me, I understand. I've been through a lot of dark, want to call them dark night of the soul type of moments in my life, especially in the past like 3 years. And sometimes it takes that long to overcome it. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't rush yourself out of a grieving period, okay? You need to feel what you need to feel in order to move on. But this is going to make you stronger, okay? I feel like there's a lot of lessons, a lot of like moments for introspection that are coming out of this 3 of Swords moment. And you are not alone. You know, sometimes sudden unexpected events happen, but they happen because, you know, I really like the saying of when one thing doesn't work out, it's because something better is out there for you. And I know it sucks to have to face that, because sometimes we hold on to things that we want so bad, and we have this like image of what we want our life to look like and how we want things to play out, and we have like this strict like play-by-play of what we want, but sometimes that's not in the cards. Sometimes the universe has a better plan for you. But I ultimately feel like this is part of your spiritual awakening and your spiritual journey here. You're unlocking the truth to something. You're unlocking something, some new pathway, a door of new opportunities. And I feel like you're going to look back on this one day and you're going to say, wow, I'm really glad I experienced that loss. Well, you know, not glad that you experienced the loss, but I feel grateful that I experienced that loss and I learned those lessons because it got me here. You know, you're going to end up with a lot of knowledge, spiritual knowledge. You're going to be doing a lot of self-reflection. You're going to evolve ultimately. You're going to evolve. Okay, so let's pull some cards from the Rebel deck here. Let's see what the Fae has to say to you, pile 3. And I do just want to give a quick warning. You know, the Rebel deck is very blunt and honest. It does not sugarcoat. Some of these messages are very, some may consider them harsh, you know, and they do have some cuss words. So if you're not comfortable with bad language, then you don't have to sit through this here. You could fast forward to the pendulum reading at the end. So Faye, what do you have to say to pile 3? What do you want pile 3 to know? What do you want pile 3 to know? Okay. What do you want pile 3 to know, Faye? What message do you want them to hear? Okay. Let's pull one more card. There we go. Okay. Okay, so, okay, I'm feeling called to place this here as well. So let's start with the first one. It says, stop sleeping so damn much. Wake up, you're missing some cool stuff. So, you know, when we go through hard times and depression, things that make us upset, sometimes we escape by, you know, sleeping a lot, taking a lot of naps. That's not always bad. If you need a rest, you need a rest, you know. But there may be, you know, you may be, it's like this energy of like escapism, too much escapism. Okay, like I had mentioned before, feel what you need to feel, no matter how much it hurts. Find a way to process that, whether it's journaling, talking to somebody, going out for a walk, listening to music, making a playlist that represents how you feel. You know, I feel like instead of using escapism, which sleeping can definitely be a form of that, you should look into different methods of channeling that energy. So it says, what the hell are you waiting for? Get that stuff done. If you're waiting for a sign, well, here it is. Some of you may be postponing something important, procrastinating. So next one says, whatever you're thinking about, don't do it. Now is not the time. To me, this card always talks about like a self-sabotaging type of energy. You know, maybe being impulsive, being irresponsible, doing something that you know deep down isn't good for you, but you're still doing it because like you want that instant gratification. Next card says, you are the best thing to ever happen to you. Go easy on yourself. Buy your own damn drink. And yeah, these really tie in here. Because it's like was an energy of escapism, okay? There's an energy of self-sabotaging, and that all stems from whatever it is that you experienced here. This grief, loss, sadness, heartbreak, whatever it is that you experience, that's what's triggering these feelings here of like avoidance, escapism, self-sabotaging. And you know, sometimes we just got to learn these lessons through these negative actions, you know? Sometimes that's how we learn them. But no matter which path you take, the universe has a funny way of teaching you the lessons that you need to learn anyways. So, you know, you have total control of your life. You have free will. You can do whatever you want. I'm just picking up on the energy here that's present. But no matter what you do, your spiritual team, whoever that consists of, is heavily watching over you. They see everything going on here, and it's like I'm hearing the word promise and happiness. So I feel like they're in a way reassuring you in this reading, the Fae and your spirit guides, reassuring you that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. You're not going to be in the dark for long. Okay, like things are going to turn around one way or another. Even if you don't believe that, it will happen at some point, as long as you just keep moving forward. Take your time, of course, because remember, you are the best thing to ever happen to you. All right, so pile 3. I also do want to say, I wish you luck on this journey here. I wish you happiness and healing. And I hope that whatever it is that you're going through, you get through it. And, if you need any advice or anything like that of the sort, if you'd like a more in-depth personal reading, I do personal readings. You can look at that information in my description down below. My readings do start at $11. But let's move on to the pendulum here. So if you have a question that you've been wanting answered, okay? If you have a question, a yes, no, or maybe question, you could always reformat the question into yes, no, or maybe. And we're going to go ahead and answer that for you, okay? So take a moment here, pause the video if you need to. We're going to answer that question for you. All right, so pendulum, pile 3 has a question for you. Can you please answer that question, please, pile 3? Okay, so pendulum is immediately saying yes with no hesitation. Whatever it is that you asked pile 3, it is a yes. Okay, so you got a yes for your question. And remember, this reading, this pendulum, is picking up on energy that's present in this very moment. You have the power to change your destiny and your path. Just because this reading is saying one thing and the pendulum is saying one thing does not mean that's your definite future, okay? You have the power to change things. If you didn't like what you heard, if you don't like the answer to the pendulum, you have the power to change it. Don't forget that, okay? I wish you well on your journey. And if this reading resonated, make sure to let me know in the comments below. Leave a like, and if you're feeling called to, please subscribe. So thank you so much for hanging out with me, pile 3. I'll see you next time.